Hi everybody, Nick Doleys here, practice manager for the Doleys Clinic in Birmingham, Alabama, and certified nutritional pain consultant. We've spent a lot of time in other videos talking about nutritional supplements and how to be healthy, but a common question that I get is, what are some examples of foods that I can eat? What are some recipes? And so today I want to give you one of my favorites that might come as a little bit of a surprise. When you think about eating for reducing inflammation, or when we think about eating to live a healthier lifestyle, there are a couple of things that we want to pay attention to. First is the total calories. Now, when I talk about calories, I'm not talking about how little can you eat and still get by. That's not what we want to do. We have a goal. We need to have enough fuel for energy. Within those calories, it helps to focus more on protein and fiber. Why? Protein is more satisfying. When we eat more protein, we feel fuller. So we're less inclined to have cravings or get hungry and then break from our diet and eat things that otherwise aren't very good for us. Fiber has been shown in multiple studies at 20 grams and up per day to be extremely effective at lowering inflammation. This probably has a lot to do with helping control blood sugar. Remember, when we eat carbohydrates, it releases blood sugar into the bloodstream. Insulin carries that out, and this helps us have energy, but in an abundance, in too much. If there's too many carbohydrates for too long, we can end up with chronic diseases like diabetes, insulin resistance, and maybe even diabetic neuropathy or nerve damage. So we want to be very cautious. Now, one of my favorite things to eat and to recommend people to eat is popcorn. But not all popcorn is created equal. There is a brand on the market called Skinny Pop, but I'm not sure how skinny it really is if you look at the caloric load or the calories on the side. So I am a big fan of Orville Redenbacher's Smart Pop. Now, other brands make 94% fat-free popcorn, but let's take a look at why I like this. And I'll not only explain why it's a good diet food, but I'll explain why it's anti-inflammatory. If we take a look at the nutrition facts on the side, we can see that for one popped bag, we only have 100 calories. Now, one popped bag is 5.5 cups of food. That's a lot of volume to go into the stomach. If you eat a bag of popcorn, you're not going to be hungry afterwards. If you are, eat a second bag of popcorn. If you can put 11 cups of food in your stomach and still feel hungry, then we may need to take a look at some other issues that could be going on. But for 11 cups of food, we only have 200 calories and 8 grams of fiber. So we can see how we're keeping our calories in check and we're giving ourselves plenty of fiber. So unless you have an allergy to corn, which very few people do, but it is out there, this is a great option for you, and one thing that I would encourage you to keep around the house. Now, how do I make popcorn so that I enjoy it? There are two different things that I will do. If I'm in the mood for something salty, I'll just make the popcorn and I will put some Redmond's real salt or some pink Himalayan salt on it to give myself a nice treat. There are also different seasonings that are out there that you can add. Ranch seasoning, nacho cheddar, they're all out there. You can find them on Amazon, and they're great options. They don't have any calories in them, or they have very, very few. So you can make your popcorn taste how you want. Now, the trick that I have for you today is for those of you that have a sweet tooth. When I'm craving something sweet, I start with my popcorn. I move on to a healthy oil. We talked in another video about what oils to use, what oils to not use. I have my avocado oil spray that I use on everything. So I spray my popcorn. Next, I like Splenda. If you're not a fan of Splenda or aspartame or sucralose, if you want to look for something more natural like stevia, go ahead. When I'm asked about artificial sweeteners, my response is always, I don't care what anyone says, they're better for you than sugar. So no one has proven, I don't think there's anything out there that can prove that Splenda is going to cause cancer or any other types of diseases. And it certainly cannot be as harmful as real sugar. Sugar in an anti-inflammatory diet is something we must avoid. We must avoid it. So I use Splenda. 2 packets for 5 cups is enough for me. If you like 4, use 4. If you like 1, use 1. Now, after I've made the popcorn and I put on some oil and I put on some sweetener, next it depends on what I'm in the mood for. If I'm in the mood for something chocolatey, I'll use Nestle cocoa powder. Now, the thing I like about cocoa powder is there are many different brands out there. There are expensive ones, there are less expensive ones, but most people have it in their house. Now, when we hear cocoa, we think chocolate and we think sugar and we think sweet. But again, if we take a look at the nutrition facts, 1 tablespoon is only 20 calories and 2 grams of fiber. So we're adding more fiber to our food and we're adding no sugar. So this is a great option. Now, if you want to do something that can give you an energy boost midday, instead of looking for cocoa, look for cacao. And there is a difference. The reason that I recommend cacao for an energy boost and wouldn't recommend it at night is because it has a high concentration of an amino acid called theobromine. The other point that I want to make for those of you that like to share your snacks with your dogs, theobromine is the amino acid that some dogs are allergic to. So if you make your chocolatey popcorn, don't share it with your dog. On the other end, maybe I'm in the mood for something more cinnamony. I'm a huge fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, always have been. When my kids eat it, I always have a bowl with them. But that's not ideal, right? Because it's loaded with sugar, it's loaded with carbs. So again, I have my popcorn, I have my oil to help everything stick, I have my Splenda, I hit it with as much cinnamon as I can, and it tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's crunchy, it's sweet, it's cinnamony, and I haven't added any calories. So here what I have is an opportunity to, instead of reaching for chips or Doritos, instead of reaching for something that I would dip those chips in, instead of these things that can add so many calories and may be cooked in oils that I don't need, or maybe coated with things that are bad for me, I can put into my stomach 5.5 cups of food loaded with fiber and only 100 calories, and I can make it taste however I want. Guys, I hope that you will try this. I hope you found this video informative. If you like this, let us know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to bring you some more recipes. Have a great day.